Welcome to Attention Central Texas. I'm Robin Durham, and we're glad that you're watching us today. I have with me in the studio today Kirk and Mary Grace Sellers. They're from Moody, Texas. Welcome to KPLE.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Now they're incognito today because they are not really a motorcycle ministry, though you would think so. They are Veterans Outreach Ministry, and we were just talking, and you know, one of the things they want to emphasize is that anyone who is a believer in the Lord Jesus Christ can be a part of this ministry. You don't have to ride a motorcycle. The thing that we're here to talk about today, and we'll touch on many other things, is the Lee Crosley Veterans Community Center and raising some funds. This center is in Temple, correct?
Yes, it is. It's on 38th and Hope.
Yes. Tell us a little about the whole facility, because there's homes there and then there is the center in the middle of these veterans' homes.
Right. Well, we started the project with Fort Hood Habitat and Pat Patterson from LVR Management about a year ago, a little over a year ago. There are 26 units there, and they're all 900 square foot homes, one-bedroom homes. They come fully furnished, and the idea is to get the veterans off the streets, get the disabled vets in there so that they will have a comfortable home to live in. The cost is very low. It's under $600 a month for them to own their own place.
That's
and
wonderful.
Keep Temple Beautiful has also been a huge part of this to help in getting the money and the funds for the veterans to own their own places. So there are some kind of stipulations that they need to have certain incomes, and they can follow up with Fort Hood Habitat to get those monies. And plus there's the flyer there that they can look at as well. So it's a beautiful community. We're working to hopefully get it done this week. With all the rain, we've kind of been pushed back, but we're doing the landscaping and finishing up the fences. The homes are just beautiful, and like I said, they're furnished. In addition to that, there's a nice community center where we hold our monthly meetings, and it's beautiful. They have a washer and dryer in there. They have a full kitchen in there for the veterans when they want to come down and fellowship with each other. John Yorski, who's a part of our group, got with the Lions. They donated a huge TV to be in there. There's a pool table in there. They have a weight room. And in addition to that, some nurses from the VA will be coming to do like well checks on them. They can also do PTSD counseling there. So it's just, there's so many wonderful things that will happen for these veterans.
Yeah, we've done a couple of programs as this project has progressed, and so now the homes are done and the community center is finished, but how much money, Kurt, is there still needed for the community center?
For the community center, they need to raise $100,000 for just the community center. I think everything else that's been built is paid for. But $100,000 is still left just for the community center. And if we could raise that amount of money in the near future, it would be a blessing. It really would. This is going to help veterans, and this community is strictly just veterans. And if a veteran was to move from there, it's passed down to another veteran. If they sell it, it goes to another veteran. If the veteran passes away, it can be turned down to another veteran in the family, or it's sold to another veteran, but strictly goes to veterans. So it will always be a veterans community.
Well, I think it's an awesome idea. I hope that we have one in Killeen and Copper's Cove and all, you know, as time goes on. I know that you mentioned Pat Patterson with LVR Management, and he's the one that really has gotten behind it financially initially, correct?
Yes, he's a wonderful man. He's a Christian, and this is so close to his heart. He's a retired military officer, and this is something near and dear to him, and he is focused on this, and he He just loves our military.
Yes, we've had him in. He is he's a
Yes.
blessing.
He is.
And both of you served in the military, correct?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, that's awesome. We thank you for that. I know that Pat, you said, or excuse me, Kurt, you said that there's 26 units,
Yes.
but they're not full yet, are they?
No, they're not. They are not.
How many units do you know that are left, or are you both?
Well, I believe there's 6 units that are taken right now.
Oh my, so there's a lot of
So
homes
there's-
available
Yes.
for veterans.
Yes,
Yes.
there are. The word hasn't gotten out like we thought it would. Some people have applied that just weren't eligible. There are some other people that say they're going to apply, they just haven't followed through.
Right.
Right now, Habitat for Humanity is working with some people that think they just can't make the credit worthiness.
Okay,
But they're
yes.
willing to work with these people now to help them to restore their credit.
That's
And they
good.
may be able to rent with the option to buy. If they can build their credit while they're renting
That's
and they
good.
show a positive impact while they're renting, that they'll be able to get them financed.
Well, that's wonderful
Yes.
that there's even more help. I noticed on the flyer that there's a minimum income for one person of $1,033, and then 2 people $1,183, and the maximum monthly rent is going to be 40% of that income. But that's the maximum, not necessarily what they'll pay. So
Right.
this is an opportunity for those of us that know veterans that are homeless or renting in situations that aren't great or maybe too expensive for them, because even some undesirable places in our area are much higher rents than these would be, and these
Yes.
are beautiful homes. Are they geared for disabled vets?
Absolutely, absolutely. They all have, all the doors are wide access. They all have nice, they're not very steep walkways to where you
Sure.
can get a
They
wheelchair
made sure
through
they
them.
were
Right,
wheelchair
All the
accessible.
doorways, like I say, are accessible for a wheelchair.
That's awesome.
They're
Yes.
quite spacious, and it's, I think it's been really thought of well. It's
Yes,
been,
yes.
So you've been involved for about a year
Yes,
with the
ma'am.
project, and there's other things. There's other things that your ministry does as well.
Yes.
So, Mary Grace, share just a few of the things that throughout the year that you all are involved with, so that people may want to, be a part of the ministry.
Well, our main focus is veterans, but we don't hold it to that. We go out and we take to the streets of Temple or wherever we're needed, and we'll help clothe and feed the homeless and take care of them. We've also gone into the shelter for Christmas time and taken care of the children so that they have a Christmas.
You mentioned that you were a part of taking care of 19,000 children at Christmas this past year. Is that correct?
Right. Bruce Raymond heads up the Tri-County Toy Run.
Okay.
And
Okay.
he's been doing this for about 30 years or so. And so this year there was 19,000 children that we were able to help and give bicycles and toys and things to. The community is very generous. And we go out, we're always looking for sponsors. So anybody that wants to help sponsor, they can contact us and we can put them in contact with Bruce.
So there's a good co-laboring of, other ministries with you. One of the
Yes.
real important things is the No Vet Dies Alone program.
Right.
Share just a little bit about how that works.
A lot of times at the Community Living Center at the Veterans Hospital in Temple, the veterans, some of them don't have any family. And so we try to go in and we fellowship with them through the year. We serve meals to them. But the ones
become
that
their
are in
family.
we do.
do.
We host a huge picnic every year for them, and we actually feed about 300 between the domiciliary and the Community Living Center. We'll go out and have hot dogs, and we'll have music. We bring our bikes up, and it's wonderful when the children come and talk to the veterans. But those that are in hospice, there's a certain wing of the Community Living Center that is the hospice section. And those veterans, some of them don't have family, and some of them, the families are out of state, or they just kind of need a little bit of a break or something. And so they'll call us when they have a veteran that needs somebody to sit with them, and we take the time to sit with them. And some of them are just don't even know that we're there. But it's just peace for the families that know that we're there. We do have to go through a training through the Temple VA in order to be able to do that. And about half of our ministry is trained to go and sit with those veterans.
That's good. So there is training that's available if you want to be part of that little section of their ministry. Actually, you know, this goes much further than just attending the funeral, but attending the funeral and honoring a veteran. We've had a couple recently, one that, goodness, made the news. I don't know how many thousands. I mean, it made national news. Because I was watching national news when all of a sudden, you know, spotlight was on the veteran cemetery here in Killeen. So tell a little bit about that, Kurt, as far as what goes on. You ride your motorcycles on that day?
We do. And it's incredible because that particular day, it was just overwhelming. You never know. I mean, there's times we'll get 30 people. That day was incredible.
Well, they were lined up on
people couldn't even
195. It was amazing.
It was amazing, and it just shows you what the good Lord can do. And you know, the people of Texas, the people of this great nation, I mean, you know, our veterans, it's overwhelming.
Yes, thank God that people really are honoring. You also lay wreaths on Veterans Day, correct? Is that right?
We joined the Gene Shine's team, and we go out, and there's thousands. When we first started doing this in 2015 with them, there was maybe 3,000 graves. I believe now there's over 9,000.
The cemetery has really made an impact having that in our area.
Right, and they do, with the veterans that are being buried, they do a wonderful service out there. And Mark George is normally the person who does the sermons out there, and it's very nice. The bikers will come in and they do a flag lineup, and it's all kinds of different biker groups that come out there, Patriot Guard and combat vets and everything.
Actually,
it's amazing.
Attended one funeral out there.
We have one today at 11 o'clock that we're going to attend.
Right. Well, to get back to in the last 20 seconds, the Lee Crosley Veterans Community Center is short about $100,000. So anyone that's interested in being a part of helping pay off that debt would be welcome to contact the information on the screen. And also, Kurt and Mary Grace Sellers Ministry, Veterans Outreach, you would be welcome to look into that. Thank you so much for coming in today.
Thank you so much.
We appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome, and God bless you.